It's 1849. You're 28 years old, standing in the freezing cold of Russia's harshest winter. 5 meters behind you are 5 soldiers, pointing their guns at your head, eager to shoot. This is it. You're about to die. But then you hear footsteps approaching. You hear whispering. And the soldiers put down their weapons and drag you back into prison. You're then sent to work to a place people consider real-life hell, Siberia. You come out 4 years later, and within the next 20 years, you become one of the most profound, popular, and influential writers and philosophers to ever exist. This is the story of Fyodor Dostoevsky, and in the next few minutes, you're about to learn 3 life lessons from this incredible man. Pay attention and take notes, because these lessons can have a serious impact on your life. Dostoevsky once said, "To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's." We can actually see this manifesting in Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikov's desire for greatness is superficial and driven by a need for admiration. Dostoevsky criticizes this materialistic mindset, emphasizing the importance of developing oneself for happiness and self-discovery. This idea is so powerful that even Nietzsche expands on this idea, asserting that the pursuit of knowledge should be intrinsically motivated rather than driven by social status. Dostoevsky advises against letting social status, pride, or flattery influence our desire for personal growth. Instead, we should identify our own goals and disregard external opinions. Dostoevsky warns against overthinking and emphasizes the significance of living in the present. He portrays characters like Prince Myshkin, who embody simplicity and enjoyment of life, contrasting them with the overthinkers of the aristocratic class. Dostoevsky suggests that our minds can hinder us from fully experiencing the world, and that emotional intelligence is as important as rationality. Raskolnikov's story illustrates the consequences of going against one's emotions for the sake of rationality. Dostoevsky reminds us that both rationality and emotion have their limitations, and that a balance between the two is crucial in decision-making. There are 2 things we can take away from this. 1, you should always make decisions based on bettering yourself and not to please others. 2, find the beauty in the simple things of your life and stop overthinking. Usually, overthinking is external and not internal. Think about your life right now. The best moments have usually been on the other side of suffering. Getting in shape is suffering. Advancing in your career or business is suffering. Building strong relationships with people is suffering. Everything amazing usually includes some type of suffering, and Dostoevsky consistently presents suffering as an inherent aspect of the human condition. It is through pain and hardship that we truly feel alive and develop an innate desire to persevere. Dostoevsky encourages us to embrace suffering as an integral part of life's experience. Suffering allows us to appreciate and differentiate moments of happiness and peace. Therefore, it is essential for us to go through it. In other words, you can't appreciate sunshine without the rain. Enjoying suffering means appreciating the complexity of life and accepting whatever it brings. Suffering is a part of our daily existence, and we often encounter emotions such as depression, grief, sorrow, pain, or misery. However, Dostoevsky urges us not to give up on life, but to celebrate our humanity in experiencing such emotions. Also, suffering gives rise to hope, a powerful sentiment that propels us forward. We must maintain hope that suffering will eventually lead to pleasure, that things will improve, and that pain is temporary, just like happiness. Hating suffering means rejecting a significant part of the human experience and failing to find meaning in life. By learning to enjoy suffering and viewing it as another step in our journey, we can find solace and understand that it is worthwhile in the end. Now, let's explore the final lesson. We all have dreams, goals, and aspirations. You might want to be a doctor, you might want to be an entrepreneur, you might want to start a family, you might want to write a book. Whatever it is, Dostoevsky emphasizes that life exists within us, not outside of us. Being human means enduring and remaining resilient in any circumstance without losing hope. This according to Dostoevsky, is the essence of life. His perspective on life was shaped by his near-death experience and harsh imprisonment. These events influenced his belief that finding peace and meaning in life is rooted in fully embracing and experiencing it, regardless of the circumstances. Dostoevsky's philosophy was further tested during his time in Siberia, where even in desolation and misery, he found the will to live. He emphasizes the importance of accepting the reality of how things are, rather than fixating on how they should be. Existentialist philosophers argue that we are free to determine the meaning of life, and this perspective aligns with Dostoevsky's beliefs. It complements the idea that alongside our goals and aspirations, the most significant aspect of life is the act of living itself. So, I hope you learned something in this video, and I hope you apply what you learned to improve your life. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time.